Hello, fellow Arisen. Your average shotgun here with another tutorial on how you can level up as a sorcerer as early as level 10, believe it or not. And before I even get into this guide, I've naturally learned a lot of things from different sources. The most prominent one being the wiki. However, I must also give credit to two specific YouTubers. The first one being the YouTuber Salt and Dragons. Thanks to him, I saw a very easy way to level up as a sorcerer. Unfortunately, you must be the maximum class rank as a sorcerer to do exactly what he did, but I'll explain exactly what he did once I get to that part of this video. Another YouTuber I must give credit to is Nihilo, because he showed me how I'm able to Dragon Forge Archistaffs very early on, even in terms of Bitter Black Isle. So please go and subscribe to their channels. I know Salt and Dragons isn't too big of a YouTuber, so if you could show him and Nihilos some love by subscribing to them too, I'd very much appreciate it. So my guide is gonna have their methods in it, so I just had to give credit where credit is due first, because they deserve it. They really do. They were very smart about it. But I managed to basically find one big loop in Bitter Black Isle that makes it very easy to power level the sorcerer. And it just so happens that their individual methods for leveling and or dragon forging your archstaff can easily fit within the loop itself. So I'll do a walkthrough of the loop and explain everything as best I can, as detailed as I can during the process. Starting with what you need in your inventory. You don't need all this in your inventory, because obviously during the start of the game you're not going to have stuff like the God's Bane or Elite Lantern or anything like that. Do not worry if your inventory does not match mine. All you need to worry about is having Martyr's Talismans. I personally prefer to have 2. You technically only need 1 for this guide, but I'll explain why I favored 2 a little bit more. You need some rancid bait meat in order to lure a cursed dragon into the Duskmoon Tower. You also need to have some fiend luring incense, because the way you are going to power level is in the Rotunda of Dread. Mostly. Obviously those cursed dragons are going to buff you up pretty good, but very early on, like, I think you can get away with power leveling the Sorcerer in the Rotunda all the way up to level, like, I want to say 50? But throw the cursed dragon in, and it's probably a little bit more than that. Not only that, but I have a very personal recommendation on which archer staff you should use for this loop, just because of how easy it is to actually, one, get it so early in the game, and two, the materials in order to get it, they are very common. And that archer staff is the favored branches. I went ahead and got one, obviously. I figured you wouldn't want to watch. And how long did that take me? Probably like 12, 13 minutes of me running all the way across Granzis to get it, but unfortunately it's worth it. You actually get this staff at the Great Wall encampment from the merchant there. His name is Matthias. And yes, it's going to cost a good bit of gold, but there's already a good bit of gold in Bitterblack Isle as is. Like, there's some in the harbor, and there's also some next to the door that leads into the Rotunda of Dread, and even some inside the Rotunda of Dread itself. That will be more than enough gold to actually buy the favored branches. If you went a little excessive with the gold, Matthias can also enhance the favored branches right then and there. If you broke off 2 tusks from just a Cyclops, a plain Cyclops, it needs 2 rugged tusks for the 2-star enhancement. And the more stars a weapon has, obviously the higher the chance it's gonna be dragon forged. I'm not sure how to get the material for the 3-star enhancement. I know it's called White Sage, though. So yeah, sounds like you need to go flower picking, but I'm not going flower picking. So the 2-star enhancement is more than enough. As for the spells you'll need, really you only need one, and that's High Combustion. And I'll go on the quote-unquote route I made for myself in order to create this giant loop. There's so many ways you can save resources during this loop. It's actually insane. I know I currently have the Sanguine Stalk equipped right now, but don't worry, for accuracy's sake, I'm gonna fight the Duskmoon Tower Cursed Dragons with the favorite branches I've got on me. to avoid as much combat as possible, just use the back door in the Garden of Ignominy. You can ignore the spiders unless you need class rank. Basically, the less experience a creature gives, the more it gives in discipline points, and the more discipline points you get, the more and more your actual class rank will grow, so you can eventually get Maelstrom, which you will also need, but that's for the Rotunda, not the Duskmoon Tower. But since I'm already max level, I can go ahead and ignore these guys. Goblins are also decent for gaining class rank, but not nearly as effective as just any and all small animals. So snakes, spiders, rats, stuff like that. That's what makes the Duskmoon Tower such a prime location for leveling your class rank, though, because stuff like crows, rabbits, and deer, which are all here in pre-Daimon. Yes, I'm in pre-Daimon, just like I promised, for accuracy's sake. Those also give very little experience, so it's great for leveling up your Sorcerer class rank. And there's the bunch of crows. Oh, wow. Sorry, guys. I almost forgot to do the Cursed Dragon fight. Okay, so this is where the rancid bait meat comes in, and everything I've shown you thus far, like, as far as what you need in your inventory, the Martyr's Talismans and the rancid bait meat, you can buy them from Barak. But point is, you want to be up here with Barak on the high ground, because the Cursed Dragon shows up like in the middle of the field down there. And there's also another reason that you want to be up here. And this is where Nihilo's sorcerer power leveling comes in as well. There's the dragon. I'll switch to favorite branches to be fair. So once again, big shout out to Nihilo for discovering this little method. You'll also want Holy Affinity for convenience, but you don't have to have it. But this is exactly what Nihilo did. He used this tower as cover in order to fight this cursed dragon. Holy Affinity is just to knock it out of the air. And then he used single charge, high combustion to attack the heart. Now, unfortunately, this can be a bit of a grind. And, wow, that didn't stun him at all somehow. There we go. But yeah, high combustion gives you the freedom to attack the heart at will. Very smart on Nihilo's part. Yeah, since you're in an area where the Cursed Dragon cannot normally reach without flying, its AI is forced to fly, allowing you to do high combustion. Luckily, you only need to do this until Favorite Branches is Dragon Forged. Do I expect mine to get Dragon Forged? No, and I also don't need it to. Oh, when it's about to do its Nova, you just simply take cover in the building. It cannot hit you. Though sometimes the shockwave can if you stand too close to the opening. Okay. My holy bolt accidentally hit a rabbit or something. Oh, don't tell me it's broken. Or, oh wait, no, it was attacking Barak. I forgot that can happen sometimes. Come on, get me. There we go. Just enough time to get a holy focus bolt in there. Or rather, a charge for one. No, I can't have him attacking Barak. Unfortunately, I don't think Barak moves until after the Gazer dies. That was not a good shot. Oh wow, that was lucky. Honestly, was not expecting that. Well, since it actually happened. Once again, this is where our buddy Barak is gonna come in.
Now, will you have a look?
Once you Dragon Forge the Favorite Branches, this is why I prefer this Archstaff the most for this entire method. You can immediately Silver Forge it by collecting enough Corpse Nettle in the Vault of Defiled Truth. I will bring this point up again as to how you can get 4 very easily. Once we actually go in there. But anyway, I'll Silver Forge mine. Now I can be as accurate as possible, and I didn't even ask to be. Oh man, that's ironic. After every time you kill a cursed dragon, be absolutely sure to collect its materials. Its materials are going to be extremely important for something that can happen a little later on. Oops. But for now, go up to the rotunda. I'm just gonna ignore everything here. Yeah, see, there's gold outside the rotunda. And inside. Okay, that's not the enemy horde you want. The enemy horde you want inside of the Rotunda of Dread is... trying to think. I believe it's 3 Elder Ogres, 3 Eliminators, and 4 Sirens? Maybe 3? Just keep going in and out until they appear. And there they are. Wow. I'm getting lucky. There's the extra gold. Now that, unfortunately, you don't want them all grouped together like that. And also, you might be thinking, why not go after the sirens first? It's because, personally, I've found it's easiest to eliminate the bigger guys first. That, and you can actually do so without waking up the sirens. That, and I just plain hate sirens. Okay, this is not good. I don't want the Eliminator near me. I want the Elder Ogre that wanders around near me. And there's actually a very easy way to get the Elder Ogre's attention. Yes, you need Holy Affinity, but other than that, it's worth it. Boop. See, that'll home in on him, and he'll investigate. That's how you ignore the wandering Eliminator. You don't want the Eliminator's attention. You only want his attention for now. And here's why I'm standing over here. All the Elder Ogres can take fall damage. Same thing with Eliminators. It's just harder for some reason based on how they attack because of the ledge. So I always start out with the Elder Ogres. Okay, good. He's still coming. Okay, open up your inventory as he's in that falling animation. This is where your first big experience, aside from that cursed dragon, is going to come in. Simply use a Martyr's Talisman. And then let him die. And there you go. 250,000 experience from one kill. And now we take care of the rest of the crew. So you're gonna want to jump down onto that branch. It does not matter that my holy affinity wore off just now. This is where Maelstrom comes in. Unfortunately, it cannot go farther, but it doesn't need to. As you can see, that got rid of every eliminator. So a silver forged favorite branches actually really is not that bad. Another Elder Ogre down. It's okay if he gets close to you, you can summon another cloud of miasma. Originally, I actually did this with high fulmination, but found it very slow. So I started using miasma instead. And down. Every single big enemy in this swarm. Dead. And don't think I've forgotten about the sirens. And don't think I'll forget to mention that that was Salt and Dragon's idea to use Maelstrom to kill off eliminators for very easy experience. Now that you don't want to get too close to the sirens, and you also don't need to due to the sigil for High Maelstrom having such a large amount of range. But this is how you're going to get rid of the sirens. Before they can even do anything either. And just like that, all dead. And to think that this is not even a Bitter Black Isle weapon. And also I looked on the wiki, the effects of a Martyr's Talisman lasts 5 minutes, like, in real life. I don't want to make this guide video too long, so I'll separate it into segments. So this will do it for part 1. I will see you in part 2, where I'll reveal more of the loop, maybe even show you how the loop is actually complete. You'll know it's complete once I go to the Cassidus Inn. But for now, this is your average shotgun signing off, and I'll see you in part 2.